Hey guys, it's Emmanuel, your emotion code practitioner out here in Las Vegas working for Coding Alternative. Just wanted to do a quick message for everyone, something that happened just recently. I went to a retreat, the Ultimate Health, Wealth, and Relationship Retreat back in the 12th, 13th, and 14th of October 2017. This is actually the first event that I've been to of this kind, and I wanted to basically share with all my friends on Facebook exactly what happened over there. Obviously, I can't talk about the whole weekend, but I just wanted to basically take about 10 things that really caught my attention. Also, I want to thank everyone who gave a prayer to my little one. My little one actually took a fall on some asphalt, and he caused a huge scrape. We thought it was a big cut, but the big cut was actually under the knee. Luckily, it didn't have to be stitches, but we were just very scared for his head. I wasn't there, but my wife came out here, and so but anyway, I just want to thank everyone for the prayers for that. I appreciate that. And so we had like 313 people say something on our Facebook. And again, just very grateful for all the support. So anyways, just wanted to do these 10 quick tips. For those of you who don't know what the emotion code is, it's an energy healing mode, similar to Reiki healing, Theta healing. And but it works mainly with emotions in the body, imbalances, and we can release them using applied kinesiology and through magnets. And so I've been doing this for about a year and a half, working with a practice called Coding Alternative. And I want to basically give you guys 10 quick tips. And some of you guys are practitioners out there. You guys might appreciate this more. But some of you guys are actually just doing the stay-at-home mom life, or you own your own business or whatever. These 10 things might be very comforting and add hope to your life, that if for some reason there's something stuck in your life and that you want to move forward, and for some reason you just can't pass through that barrier, it may be an emotional imbalance or an energetic imbalance that's holding you back. So we've had a lot of success. We've worked with all types of different people. Someone who's struggling in life and someone who's very, very prosperous. Most of them would agree that we all have some type of emotional baggage or some type of issue with our body, maybe like our health. And so here goes the 10 tips, and hopefully you guys appreciate this. Number one is it's all about the question. So if you're taking notes, you guys might appreciate this, but there's an amazing, powerful healing system called the body code, the body code system. And I've been diving more and more into it. And it has literally over 200 maps. So I want you guys to picture kind of like circuits, energies, toxicity, nutritional lifestyle. It has all these different, basically everything that surrounds the human life, and also animals as well, but the human life mainly. And basically you muscle test through these graphs to be able to find out what are the true root imbalances of what's going on, whether it has to do with relationships, with money, with bodily issues. And so the first thing is your question. It's all about the question. So this is one of the biggest things I learned in this in the seminar, was kind of like, it kind of goes along with what Niyurka says. If some of you guys might know this author named Niyurka, and trainer, she did this book called Supreme Influence. But she says your life mirrors the quality of questions that you ask. And so it's very similar to that your body, it's all about misalignments. That's the key word here, is that if there's something wrong with your life, there's basically concrete, let's say verbiage that you can use and say, I would like to do this with my life, or I would like to be in this situation, I would like to whatever. And your body's either in line with it or a little bit off alignment, so misaligned. And then basically there's a percentage. Your body's so intelligent. It has like literally trillions of things happening at the same time. Your subconscious is taking care of it. We're tapping into that system to find out where are you on the percentage scale, and you can measure it for someone or on behalf of yourself and find out, let's say I would like to make this in this career working this amount of time, and then measure it. Or I'd like to find this type of person in my life. Some of you guys are like, I keep finding the wrong guy, blah, blah, blah. Well, it could be like if you did find the right guy and there's certain characteristics of them, and then if I were to have a practitioner like myself to measure it, you could see from 0 to 100% how the congruent your energies are to actually finding that and to actually like bringing it into your life. And if it's low, then we got a problem. We have to go into the body code and work on certain things, then check on the percentage, then work on different things, and then work on the percentage. So I love the fact that misalignments, like you can have misalignments in your life, and your whole goal is any goal that you have to achieve, that there must be some type of imbalance or misalignment to be able to regulate that so that you have the best shot at what you're going for. That's number one. Number two, if you're changing time zones, I usually use a magnet for our practice, but if you're changing time zones, you can actually use a magnet to basically say it is now this time, and you kind of you swipe over your forehead. This is the governing meridian. Actually, the governing meridian starts over here and goes all the way back, but you can just do it from over here, kind of like the ajna area, and put a magnet, or you could just use your hand. Just say, let's say you move to Japan for a weekend, and you're there, and you're like, and it's 4 o'clock, but usual time at some other time. You can say, it is now 4:07 p.m. and you're doing this. Your body is actually gonna move. The energy of it will move to its time, so that you don't have that jet lag. So that's a cool tip, whether you're a practitioner or not, that you can get out of jet lag by programming your brain to basically get it accustomed to the time zone of where you're located. So that's number 2. Pretty cool thing, changing time zones. Number 3 is that it was very important that you're a good vessel, that you're someone that you eat healthy, you meditate, you listen to good music, and so all these different things, like enjoy nature, things like that. It seems like even though you're the healer, you have to also take care of yourself, and that you are a conduit of healing. And so you have to make sure that, again, if you're obviously not healthy and you're not mentally thinking right, you could be distracted, you don't get the results that you want. So that's number 3, is that you have to, we had a whole section on you being a vessel, and that's very important for you to purify yourself, to work, even to work on yourself. I make a decision to work at least once a week with my family and myself. So that's number 3. Number 4 is testing people with imbalances. I thought it was pretty cool when Dr. Bradley Nelson was looking for certain people. He was saying, I don't know if it was a liver or a bladder imbalance, but basically it's almost like an organ that was kind of not functioning properly. And while he was doing that, he was actually, instead of just someone volunteering and just saying me, he was actually muscle testing and looking at people, and then he would choose you. And I just thought it was very interesting that obviously everyone gave him permission to connect with him. Obviously you don't connect with someone unless you have permission with him, but obviously he had permission. But it was kind of an amazing thing that he would connect with them, muscle testing, and find out, do they have that issue? Do they have that issue? So he found 3 people that had this sort of organ imbalance. He said, do you have knee pain? I think it was like 75% of them already had knee pain, which was one of the symptoms of having this organ imbalance. And then also he said, if you're having an imbalance too in that organ or something's going on, he could just say the word, for example, like liver, for example, and then just push down on the person's arm and they would be weak. So just even hearing the word, if there's an imbalance, the body recognizes it and it becomes weak. So I thought it was very, very interesting. So I thought that's number 4, is that you can test people that have imbalances, and when you say the certain organ that has an imbalance, the body gets weakened. I thought that was very interesting. Number 5, it's the domino effect, something else that I learned. So what is the domino effect? It's basically, in the body code, you're going through these different potential imbalances. Most people, they would do is they would go to an imbalance, they would fix it by removing the energy or whatever. But what he's saying is that you have to keep asking if there's an underlying reason for it. For example, your migraine may be an issue with your pineal gland, but your pineal gland could have it felt some physical trauma of a car accident that stuck to it. And then so then there's something below that as well. So it's kind of like, there's levels of healing, and he says to keep asking the question, is there an underlying balance why you receive this? Is there a reason why you receive this? So you're kind of a detective. And he said that sometimes when you kind of clean out the bottom, the root, that everything above it kind of clears up. You might even, the top issue, like where the pineal gland was unhappy or not working properly, it'll actually clear out, and you don't have to go back there and remove anything, or. And so I thought that was really interesting that it's the domino effect. It's you want to work as deep as you can, and then until where it says no, there's no underlying imbalances, and then you kind of work your way up, and sometimes it fixes the thing on the top at the end. So I thought that was a huge gold nugget for me, is that some of the problems that we're dealing with right now, maybe that you're dealing with in life, you're just seeing the symptoms of it, and we're just used to masking the symptoms. In the body code, it's not like that. We're constantly looking for imbalances and the underlying imbalances below that imbalance. And so that way, for example, if there's trapped emotions which make you very reactive, what happens is if you remove something, but then you left those trapped emotions there, it's only time before these trapped emotions that make you reactive create something very similar to what you removed. See, so again, it's kind of like just really taking out the root. So I thought that was very interesting. Also, we have this thing called a shield for all my friends who are empathic, who, basically you feel other people's baggage. I know I saw some meme recently where it said that, like, I have 98 problems and most of them are not mine, and or something like that. And so relating to that rap song, and then it says, please meet me at the baggage claim. I forgot who said that. It was just really funny that there are empaths out there, people who feel people's energy, and it's really hard for you guys to move forward in life because you're just drained of energy. We have a thing in the emotion code called a shield. Can you be shielded by negative energies? I have one. I know exactly what to say in the morning to basically bring it back. And then it automatically turns off at night because your subconscious says you don't need that at nighttime. But it's interesting that your shield could have a percentage to it. Like it's 30%, 70%, that there's actually things, imbalances in your body that's saying that it's not fully protected. Thought that was very retrospectively interesting, because maybe some of the people that I've worked with, perhaps maybe their shield's half up or maybe 95%. You can check the percentage of it and then remove in the body code whatever needs to be removed so it has full, complete coverage. So you're completely protected by negative energies. Number 7, we're looking at hidden imbalances. A great question to ask. Similar to cancer, how it hides itself from the immune system, there's also hidden trapped emotions. So there's trapped emotions that are in your body, but also your body can hide it. So you have to ask, are there any hidden trapped emotions? That may be the 1 or 2 things that helps out your back pain. I usually work with people, I release some trapped emotions, their pain goes down. Maybe you've experienced it before, 50, 60, 80%. But if you don't take away the hidden trapped emotion, it doesn't do that extra 10% that could have taken it down completely. So then the other one is this great affirmation to say to yourself, which is again using your hand or a magnet, but basically saying, if you're after you receive a healing session from a practitioner, one of the things that happens is this period called processing, and it's where you're healing for about a day or 2. Now, some of them are positive, and some of them kind of could be a little bit rocky because you're receiving the echoes of things that you released. And so one thing you want to tell yourself is, I program myself to process easily, peacefully, and effectively. And you can use your hand or use the magnet and kind of put it over your head. After a session, you can say, I program myself to process easily, peacefully, and effectively. I know Dr. Bradley Nelson's daughter does that for her clients to kind of end the session properly, because she thinks that'll assist them with their processing time. Number 9, I thought it was really, really fascinating how you can send nutrients to people. If for some reason someone there's a deficiency in nutrient, that you can actually gather up the energy as a practitioner and send it to them. That happened with, again, Dr. Bradley Nelson's daughter, who had a headache and she needed manganese, and her father sent her manganese energetically, and then was able to, I don't know how he bundled it up together, but it seemed like he bundled it up together and then basically used the magnet on the governing meridian, and then boom, it went in the body. Now, her headache went away, her migraine went away, she was saved, but sometimes the body needs something else, like the actual physical, and there needs to be kind of a dosage amount and how long you're going to use it for, that you can also muscle test as well. But I thought it was interesting, if someone needs it right away, the stores are all closed, you can gather up energy, because at the end of the day, manganese is made out of what? It's made out of energy. So if you have the intention to send that certain energy to that person, that may be kind of like a quick jump start on their healing process. And the last one is a question that I had for the panel, and I said, is it possible to, David Hawkins, from the book, which I have right here, Power versus Force, it talks about how you can muscle test certain very famous spiritual entities, or also books about their truthfulness. And it's really interesting that I was wondering if you can muscle test someone who's passed away. And Dr. Bradley Nelson said it's very, very possible. In fact, he shared a beautiful story about a father who passed away, and how the daughters were working with him because he kind of dealt with anger and frustration and resentment, and how their prayers were answered about it, and how the way he would show that his presence was there would be the smell of cigar smoke. And anyway, when I was working on myself, I remember that I released something that was inherited from my mother. And so I knew my mother was there. I said, okay, so Mom, I know you're here. I'm doing fine. Don't worry about me. And so I'm just, working. And then I actually muscle tested her heart wall to see how thick it was. And I actually found a measurement. And I was like, is this just me doing this? Is this real or is this fake? Am I really muscle testing my mother's heart wall? And it actually was confirmed that it's possible that I could have muscle tested her heart wall, and that if someone gives you permission from the other side, that you can actually assist them with their trapped emotions and release it. So I thought that was a very beautiful way to end the conference, because I never knew if it was possible, but obviously it was. And so with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed these 10 tips. Feel free to write your comments below what you thought was your favorite tip out of all these 10. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is codingalternativevideos.com. And I always end my videos like this. The world has a false notion where I'll take care of you if you take care of me. But if we take care of ourselves, then we can authentically take care of others. And as we take care of ourselves, we can also change our home, we can change our city, we can change the country, and we can eventually change the world. So with that, this is Emmanuel Zavaios from Las Vegas, and I look forward to making another video soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.